KNUST-TEK TV. Experience educational television.
The Yaa Asantewaa's Foundation organized a program dubbed The Icon of Yaa Asantewaa on Friday, 4th April 2019 at the Great Hall of KNUST. The CEO of Cyrus Oil Service Limited, Mrs. Ivy Apia Owusu, gave a presentation on changing the face of the energy sector, the inclusiveness of women at the energy sector.
I will start off with a quote by Mark Green, who is a USA administrator. He says, when women do better, countries do better, communities do better, and families do better. The energy sector is a term that describes a complex and interrelated network of companies which directly and indirectly involve the production and distribution of energy needed to power the economy and facilitate the means of production and transportation. I know it's not a very competition, and I'm sure during the Q&A we will have more details of that. This sector includes companies which are involved in the exploration, development, drilling, and production of oil and gas reserves, typically known as the upstream companies. Examples of those are Tata Oil, ENI, ExxonMobil, etc.
The former dean and head of Industrial Arts, KNUST, and now the director of the Center for Cultural and African Studies, KNUST, Mrs. Vesta Adujemfi, presented on advancing the tourism sector in Ghana, the relevance of the Yaa Asantewaa Festival.
In Ghana, there are different types of festivals celebrated by the different ethnic groups at different times for diverse reasons. The Yaa Asantewaa Festival is therefore long overdue because it will advance the tourism sector beyond expectation when it is uniquely planned and structured. For the festival to achieve its objective of enhancing tourism in Ghana, especially in Ashanti, I propose first and foremost that it should be a solely women's affair.
The regional vice president, who doubles as the human relations manager of the Newmont Mining Corporation, Mrs. Awo A. Kwesen, presented on changing the face of the mining sector, thus the inclusiveness of women in the country.
I'd like to show you how we define inclusion and diversity. And you'll notice that I always use the word inclusion first, followed by diversity. A lot of companies will talk about diversity and inclusion, but we intentionally call it inclusion and diversity. Diversity for us is like the ingredients of a cake. It's all the differences that people bring to the table, whether it's gender or ethnicity or age, whatever it might be. That's what we call diversity. And then inclusion is what we do with that mix. What do we do when the women are on our workforce? What do we do with people who are from our local communities who are on our workforce? If we don't have the kind of environment where they can produce and thrive, if we don't have the kind of environment where everybody can come to work and bring their whole selves to work, then we don't have an inclusive workforce and we cannot retain our women. We know we can get them, but the question is whether we can retain them.
The director of Vodafone Business and Wholesale, Ms. Angela Mensah-Poku, gave a presentation on women in entrepreneurship, the key factor to global economic development.
When you bring women into business, you find that women are more intuitive than men. That doesn't mean they're soft. And you can ask my team, that's one thing they would never ever say, and I can see Fred laughing, that I'm soft. I'm not soft. But they are a lot more intuitive. Women tend to use different skills to men in order to make decisions, in order to lead from the top, in order to manage people. And those are skills that are needed in today's business women and business environment. Also, from a very selfish point of view, if 50% of your population is female and you only have men in business, what do you think will happen?
Nana Yaa Asantewaa II, Ejisumanhima, spoke to Tech TV News.
Yaa Asantewaa festival ya yebedi eyema afidida ye no dia so Yaa Asantewaa emunyam wo mani sema odibua asanteman ne Ghana man nti na ya pa ho ntoma de mesre eman nyina ne se August 7th obia amra ejeso no ma hwe festival bi no amamre ne amane no panisem ene de ye nkwa akon se bi asa enu masua pese mawe wo santeman ne Ghana man nya so mo wo mo enko school no nsua de na de mema eye no ebema yeso so ye meye bi na ye be ko nyuma kese ni na ema na directors de mesre ma ye wo Ghana man enu asanteman
Mrs. Vesta Edujemfi interacted with Tech TV News.
The maiden one, and it's very encouraging, very interesting, because those the speakers were very upfront with the situation, and the exposition is not mainly on women, because if there are not men around, women cannot have children. And so it's both ways, but now the onus is on the women. Yaa Asantewaa, when the men were quiet, because they knew what was ahead of them, and when the British threatened, they were afraid because they saw their arms, they saw whatever. But we damn it, because you know what? The bond we have, that feeling of maternal instincts is stronger than our wisdom.
The president of Yaa Asantewaa's foundation, Mr. Kwame Omane Kwatin, spoke to Tech TV News.
For the foundation, like I said earlier on, started in November 2013, and we intend one, honoring Yaa Asantewaa for what she did for Santiman and for that matter Ghana. Two, to inculcate the spirit of Yaa Asantewaa, the can-do spirit in our young ladies. That is why we brought today together all the SHS young girls in Kumasi Metropolis to meet our distinguished speakers to learn from them what Yaa Asantewaa did for Santiman, so that they can also learn and do the same thing for wherever they find themselves in society.
Tech TV, experience educational television.